The Geek Speak show at Silicon Valley Comic Con, the first one, hopefully turns into an annual thing. Now, you guys heard him, all you regulars heard him on the Geek Speak show, the podcast. Now, you get to see them. Legion M Studios is here.
Woo! Woo!
Should I introduce you the way I did on the show?
There, right?
Yeah, we
You
can.
can remember.
Crowd noise.
Yeah. Woo!
See, now it's in our budget. So, introduce yourselves, first of all.
I'm Paul Scanlon, co-founder and CEO of Legion M.
I'm Jeff Anderson, the co-founder and president of Legion M.
I'm Henry, the host of the Geek Speak show. So, let's talk about Legion M. What is it?
So Legion M is the world's first fan-owned entertainment company. For the first time in history, we're allowing fans to get involved in the company from day one, go behind the scenes, participate in the creation of movies, TV shows, and then help us bring those projects to market and make them successful.
Somebody's jumping out of the seat. Wait, you mean I can be a director? Not quite. What does that mean exactly?
Well, as a member of the Legion, you get to be part of the movie making process, but you're probably not going to be the director.
Yeah.
So we're working with some top-notch Hollywood studios like Seth Green and Stupid Buddy Studios, the guys that produce Robot Chicken, a little show called Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
And Meltdown Comics and 42 Entertainment. And so those creative allies and the creators, we want to empower them to create amazing content. And so as a member of the Legion, you get to come along for the ride. And so you get to see all the inner workings of how it works. When the creator wants your opinion, we'll put stuff out to vote. But at the end of the day, great art isn't made by committee. It's made by investing and empowering great artists.
Yeah, now both of you guys were instrumental in Moby TV. Some of you may use it. In fact, what made you guys think? You know what? Let's do this. Let's do a studio where you're creating the stuff that we're here at Silicon Valley for.
Well, it's funny, with Moby TV. I mean, 15 years ago, we were laughed out of rooms in Hollywood for proposing that people would watch content on their phones.
Seriously.
Seriously. It was so hilarious. But
people
today,
would tell us that literally this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. People will never watch television on their cell phones.
But hey, George Lucas got the same thing, and
That's true.
look what happened.
So, for us, it's really about kind of having an impact, right? So Moby TV had an impact in an industry. If you fast forward, it's just a massive category within the entertainment space. And, we think this has the same potential. And for the first time in history, it's possible. So the SEC has changed the rules to allow us to do equity crowdfunding. So, if we tried to do this 2 years ago, we couldn't have done it. So it's just this year that these rules are now allowing us to go out to fans, let them be a part of the creation of the company and participate from day one. And, in our opinion, it's overdue, but we're glad it's here.
Yeah, something hit me where you were saying that, and call me old if you want, old-fashioned even, but Moby TV, people thought back then, laughed at you guys, who's going to be watching TV on your phone? Same thing could be said now. They could be laughing like, yes, fans creating stuff. Well, same thing. I mean, now it's kind of the other way around where, you watch on TV? I watch it on my phone. So it's kind of you're onto something here.
That's right. We think so.
Yeah, I agree. What's interesting actually is Hollywood's not laughing at us. That's what's exciting about this. This time, I think Hollywood, they agree with us for the most part. Guys like, and we're really targeting some of the innovators in Hollywood, like the Stupid Buddy Studio guys, Seth Green. They're at the forefront of thinking about how to create the next generation of content. What is the future of entertainment? So some of it is the audience that we're talking to, but we've had incredible feedback. The creators love it, the fans love it. Like I said, it's overdue, and now that it's possible, it's like a no-brainer. Everybody loves it.
Honestly, I think it's survival. That's why Hollywood's not laughing at you, because they know we better get on this before they just overrun us, because that is where I think where everything is going.
Well, look, content without a fan base is nothing, right? What's content without fans?
We just had it in December. The ultimate fan just made Star Wars. JJ grew up like me, playing with the toys, watching Star Wars, and now he is Star Wars. He didn't create it, but you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, but he played a role.
Yeah.
His role, yeah.
Yeah, so that is where you guys are going. So what kind of content will you be looking for, or do you have anything already that you can talk about?
We haven't announced anything yet. You can go to our website and you can reserve a spot in the Legion, and that'll make sure that you're the first to know when we do. We're obviously talking with those creative allies that I mentioned earlier about projects that they've got in their pipeline. But we're also using them to find other great projects that are out there that are seeking funding, and also other great creators. I mean, part of what we want to do with these guys, they understand Hollywood, they understand content, and we want to help discover who's going to create the next Robot Chicken.
So, little behind the scenes, how did all this get started? I mean, did just one day you were just sitting around like, hey, let's create a studio. How did that happen?
Well, it was a couple things. It's really a culmination of several things that Jeff and I have been involved in. One is being Moby TV, obviously, and then there's another company that we've been involved in called New York Rock Exchange, which is really about, enabling fans and artists to get on the same side of the table and have that close relationship. But at that time, the SEC hadn't enabled these rules, so it was really fan engagement, but there wasn't the actual participation in the financial piece of it.
Right.
Secondarily, we were introduced to Seth Green and the team at Stupid Buddy Studios, and we're down there talking to them, and we had these ideas for a while and had been chomping at the bit for this SEC rules to change, because we knew they were coming. The Jobs Act passed in 2012.
Yeah.
So it took a couple years, but by the way, it passed with almost unanimous support from Congress, with support from both sides of the aisle. So when does that ever happen, right? And Obama put it forward, and it's been blessed, and now it's here. And Seth and his team, they were the first to get on board, and they loved the idea. And then Meltdown came, and 42 Entertainment came, and now we're having discussions every day with other creators. So.
Yeah. See, and not to turn into C-SPAN or anything, but those provisions. I mean, a lot of people they're probably thinking, well, isn't this like Kickstarter? No, it's not, because crowdfunding things like a Kickstarter or Indiegogo, legally you're not allowed to monetarily reward the people who back you. Whereas part of the provisions that you're talking about, you can now. So that's what allowed Legion M to become a reality.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really groundbreaking. This is the first time in history that as a fan you can get involved with a company like this. So this is it's almost like your chance to invest in a Facebook. I mean, if we turn into Facebook, which is pretty much a given.
Well, who's who? If you can even do that.
We need to go pose for our wax model. Well, no, I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, the thing is, these rules have changed. So this is brand new. It's groundbreaking, and we think it's a recipe for success. I mean, if we can, our logo has an M with a bar over it, right? And that's the Roman symbol for 1 million. Our aspirational goal is to get to 1 million fans. With 1 million fans, we can have an absolutely huge impact on Hollywood. So imagine if every one of those fans put an average of $200 in. Not even a lot of money, right? Our minimum will be $100. Our maximum, which is totally unorthodox in the world of finance, to put a maximum in, but we want a maximum because we don't want any Wall Street investors buying up all our shares. We want it to genuinely be available for fans. But let's say we have 1 million fans that have put in an average of $200. Now we have $200 million to invest in projects in Hollywood that have 1 million fans actively involved in that process when we take it to market. It's absolutely massive.
See, you guys, I love it already. You guys think like me. I think huge, but I hate math, but let me do a little bit of math. Even the 1 million fans, if you all gave $1, that's 1 million. You can start something with that.
Yeah.
So how do they get involved?
So go ahead.
No.
Yeah. So fans can go to our site right now. It's thelegionm.com, and they can reserve their spot later.
The Legion M.
Yeah, thelegionm.com, and you can reserve your spot. Because the SEC will put limits into how much money we can raise, space will be limited. So we recommend, if you are interested, you should go to the site right now and reserve your shares. It's non-binding, so if you change your mind later, you can absolutely do that, and we won't even hold a grudge. But if you do, when we do open it up, the reservation holders will be the first to participate, and if there's room, then we'll go outside that, but there may not be room.
Around what time do you expect it to go live?
Later this summer is when we expect to announce more details about the projects and start accepting
Should
money.
have had me do that one later this summer.
Do it now, man. Coming soon to a computer near you.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, there are a few things. So, the SEC has a process, and, we're going through that process. And because, this isn't like Kickstarter where you just put up a website and take money. I mean, people need to know that this will be actual genuine shares. It'll be a properly run company by, people that are checked out.
yeah.
We do bad actor checks on ourselves and the officers. We have to have audited financials. I mean, there's some. Yeah, I mean, it's legit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing also about a Kickstarter or a crowdfunded product. It's only one project. Whereas as here, whatever you guys do, they're a part of it.
Yeah, and that's actually a really important part of it because entertainment is a hit-driven business,
Yeah.
right? Which means that you can back one project, but even if you get everything right, it can still flop. And so the way that you make money in entertainment is you build a diversified slate of projects. And so that means that you're going to have some that do great and some that do not so great, but at the end, you can win. And so that's what, again, we're using those creative allies is to help us find a great diversified slate of projects so that when you invest, you've got the best possible shot of making money on it.
Yeah, so really it's not much of a gamble. I mean, like a crowdfunding thing, it could be, well, we're going to do this, and then, like you said, it fails. Here, it's whatever. Now, let's say you get Sir Ridley Scott to come on, and he says, well, we're going to do an alien movie, but it's not really an alien movie, and it turns out to be Prometheus. Well, then it failed, so there you go. Not saying any names, but the fact that I did.
It happened.
But here, it's whatever it is, whether it's a movie, a web series, a TV show, whatever, you guys will be a part of it. So again, thelegionm.com later this summer.
Yep. Well, go there now and reserve your spot.
Yeah.
And we'll be through between now and later this summer. We'll be continually announcing more information, more creative allies, and more specifics about the project. But the specifics on the projects, like Jeff mentioned, will be directed first to the reservation holders. So they'll be the first to learn about what projects we're doing.
Yeah, and hi, Damon Lindoff. He listens to the show, so hi. Good job on Prometheus. But now, as we record this, it's a few hours that Silicon Valley Comic Con has opened. It's the first time this happens. From what you guys have seen so far, what do you think?
I would say, I mean, the feedback has been phenomenal. Even just starting with Steve Wozniak and Stan Lee. I mean, they have been so accommodating to us and totally great. They gave us a great booth. They allowed us to park our company car out in the lobby. I don't know if you saw that, but you should get some footage.
Yeah, we'll get some shot of that.
The Legion M car is out there, but the fans that are coming through, I mean, it's unanimous. Everybody that comes by, and nobody says, oh, that's a dumb idea. I wouldn't want to participate. I mean, who wouldn't want to participate? So, the feedback's been great.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of emails on the show ever since you guys came on and talked about it. They all want to jump on. So, yeah, you're going to get a lot of people going your way.
It's funny. I think one of the most common responses is like, why hasn't anybody ever done this before?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's such a great idea. And, I mean, the simple fact is this was illegal 6 months ago. I mean,
I was going to say because you kind of couldn't.
Yeah, like you couldn't. So this is people's first chance. And so that's the most rewarding part. I mean, the press is great and Steve Wozniak and all that sort of stuff. But when you see the feedback coming in from fans.
Wait, have you had a chance to talk to the Woz?
Yeah. We did.
Okay, I need to talk to you guys off camera because I want to get an interview with him and I haven't had a chance to. So
yeah, that's what we're told. And he seemed very positive. We spoke to him earlier today. And one thing I want to point out, the SEC has changed these rules.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, like Jeff and I, we've started companies before. We've grew a company to a very high valuation, filed an S1, went through that process. At no point in time could we take investment from our friends and family unless they were accredited investors. Even our friends and family couldn't participate.
Yeah.
And it's really bullshit when you think about it, because the top 3% are the only, that's the accredited investor world, right? And so to a large degree, this opportunity has been limited to them. And that's unfair. And so by the time the general public can invest in something like Facebook or Twitter, so much of the growth is already extracted from it. And the banks take all their share, et cetera. So by the time a company goes public, look, a lot of the growth is already exhausted.
Yeah.
And a lot of IPOs, after they go public, don't keep going up. So this is an opportunity for fans to get in on the ground floor and do something that, frankly, they should have been able to do for a long time. It's overdue.
Yeah, I was about to say we are inheriting the earth, the geeks, but why did you, that's another question I just thought of right now. Why decide to go with the geek stuff instead of like drama or comedy or something like that? Something that's established, if you will.
I mean, part of it's because of the fact that we're geeks, but part of it is also, I mean, this represents the greatest fans in the world. And so, they're the most passionate fans about their projects and their entertainment. And so, for us, it's a no-brainer. Like, this is the right place to start.
We wait in the line to get into a line at San Diego. So, yeah, we are passionate.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's why. It's, again, Legion M, Paul, Jeff, thanks a lot for coming on. Yeah, like I said, you guys are welcome back on the Geek Speak Show anytime. We'll probably catch up at some conventions along the way. You plan on taking it anywhere else besides Silicon Valley?
Yeah. We haven't made any announcements, but we'll be doing the circuit. There's so many shows now, so we just have to pick the ones that we think will be the most worthwhile.
Yeah. So like I said, you're welcome here anytime. Anytime you want to make any announcements, anything, just let me know. We'll get you back on.
Thank you. Well, we love being on with you. Thank you.
All right, and there you go, Legion M.